Okay, so you're going to notice that I'm making some changes here on YouTube with the way I put out my content going forward. So all the Dungeons and Dragons content I'm going to be doing going forward, videos and streams, are going to be members only. Every Saturday I will be doing a stream for my subscribers that focuses on different tabletop role-playing games. On Tuesdays, I'll be doing my off-script stream. And that chat is open to anybody, even people that are not subbed to the channel. I will also be doing, neutral tabletop role-playing game videos for anyone. You can comment. You don't have to be subbed to the channel to be able to say what you want to say or watch those videos. They'll be for everyone. I am trying to serve everybody at every level. Paying members, people that support me through subscribing to the channel, and even attracting people that are not subbed through content like the off-script stream where they can take part in the chat, or just neutral tabletop role-playing game videos where they can comment and watch those. And I hope they like, and I hope that it does attract them to the channel. Why am I making these changes? Well, when it comes to the Dungeons and Dragons content, I'm old school, so I'm mostly around the old school tabletop role-playing game community here online. When it comes to the audience around those content creators, a lot of them don't appreciate around 10% of my opinions. And because of that, the audience from that community will barely support me at all. And their content creators, well, because I have these opinions they don't like, they like to go on their content, their streams, and say some nasty things about me. But what they'll also do is many from that audience will hate watch my Dungeons and Dragons content. Also, some of the old school tabletop role-playing game YouTubers, the D&D ones, will watch my content and then repeat what I say on their streams and in their videos. You can only say so much about old school D&D, so when you hear somebody like me who has some unique opinions, well, when you're sick of saying the same thing, you're going to want to say something different. And I have a lot of people that will hear what I have to say, unique ideas, and then I hear them repeating it on their streams. They'll have views where you can watch your content for years, where they have misunderstood old school D&D for many years. You can tell that through their content and their streams. And then I'll bring out a piece of wisdom that most of them have never realized about the game. And suddenly, out of nowhere, right after I make my statement, suddenly they have the wisdom. They didn't have that wisdom last year, the year before, or the year before that. But suddenly, now that I'm sharing the wisdom, they don't credit me with being the person that said it. They'll act like now they have the wisdom all of a sudden, and they've always had it. But when you check out their content in the past, you can tell they say things that contradict that wisdom, showing you they never understood it to begin with. But suddenly, they do. I get sick of people making money off of what I say on here. I get sick of people gaining subscribers from what I say on here. And many of those old school people also attack me to grow their audience, to get other old school guys that will not like what I say to sub to them. Like, look, I'm attacking this Steven guy, this Condor guy. And they'll look to get support from that. And then when they're doing that, they'll have other new content creators seeing them do that. And some of those new old school D&D content creators will come around trying to attack me, thinking they can grow the same way because they've seen that example set in front of them. So I said to myself, well, maybe the best move here is to cut back on just leaving the old school D&D content open to the public that way. Sorry. It's going to be for paying members. Now, this Tuesday, I have an off-script stream where I'm going to do something I haven't done before. And I don't plan to do it, often or at all, really, going forward. which is I'm going to give out some free trial memberships this Tuesday. You have to be at that stream. And so you can check out some of the old school and even new school D&D content I'll be doing going forward, right? At least for a month. And if you like what you see, you can remain as members. You'll have to pay, but you'll be getting a lot of content going forward. I plan to do 2 Dungeons and Dragons streams every week going forward for a long time. And I'll still be doing D&D videos, Dungeons and Dragons videos, but they'll only be for members. My D&D content at one point here will all go to pure membership only. That's all Dungeons and Dragons related content. And I'll be going through my videos very soon, all the way back. So hey, if you want to check out some of the older videos before they become members only, you should do it as soon as you possibly can. Because they'll all be going to members only. Neutral tabletop role-playing game content videos will be what's open to you. And my criticism of parts of the community, the new school and the old school. Yeah, if I have critical words, I'll leave that open to the public, right? That's a little bit different. But all focused Dungeons and Dragons, advice, thoughts, and whatnot, the majority of that will be going to members only, period. But remember, every Saturday for my subscribers, I'll still be covering different tabletop role-playing games. And every Tuesday is off script, where we're not focused on the game, just talking about TTRPGs in general, pen and paper role-playing games, where you can come ask me questions. It's all really about the audience at that point, focused on them, answering questions, having fun. And that stream is open to the public. As long as you behave yourself, I won't boot or ban you from that chat, right? But that's, if you're unsubbed and you still want to be able to have an opportunity to talk to me directly, that's an opportunity there. That's how that's going to work. These are the changes I'm making to my approach to YouTube going forward. That's it. That's where I'm at right now on YouTube. And it will stay this way for a long time going forward. So if you like that, fine. Also, I do interviews. And whenever I can do an interview, I will keep them open to the public, I promise. And I have a few interviews up right now. Just to give you a little bit of history on me, who am I? Well, I'm someone who's had multiple YouTube channels. I've had big audiences in the past, and I've had people from the old school Dungeons and Dragons community mainly report my channels to the point of getting strikes. And at the time, I could not communicate to YouTube so openly. And once you get a 3rd strike from all these reports, there goes your channel. But now communicating to YouTube is a lot easier, and the reports put on this channel have not worked. I'm able to get, strikes removed when they do this to me. But the old school tabletop role-playing game community, mainly the Dungeons and Dragons part, has really made sure to get my older channels deleted on purpose. They have really went out of their way to achieve that. They can't do it now, I'm happy to say, and I feel quite secure in my position with YouTube, right, on that level. So all I do is Dungeons and Dragons and other tabletop role-playing game content on here, which is not controversial and doesn't hurt anyone. Even my criticism of the community is just criticism of people in a gaming hobby. So it's pretty fair, right? Anyway, that's it. That's the update for my channel. So this Tuesday, try to be there if you can. And if you're someone who's being loyal, or I like you for whatever reason, you could find yourself with a free trial membership for the channel going forward for at least a month, right? Okay, I love you. Take care.